That looks like something you'd need in Heart.
Kinda does, honestly.
Alrighty, hello and welcome. Make sure everything's running properly. It is, or at least it appears to be, hopefully, maybe. But hello and welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats on rigging first. Welcome in Moonlight, Creeper, and Ducky. Have good sleepies, Creeper. I appreciate you as always. But greetings, dear spirits, and welcome to Tables of Tartarus, a division of Purgatory Corner, where fate is bound by dice and stories are carved into eternity. I am your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and today we're here with my friend Bendo's story, who is playing Epileth. Hi.
Hello.
Cyril.
Hello.
Gelmar.
Hello, hello.
Dakota.
What's up?
Aldous.
I'm doing mod duties.
And
Oh,
Sapphire.
Man. Dakota's so cool.
Hello.
And if you guys want to check out all of the lovely heroes for today, feel free to go check that stuff out right there and then. Feel free to pin it as well if you'd like. And yeah, we're going to be doing some wild stuff. I also realized I read the wrong one. Welcome to Tables of Tartarus, a division of Purgatory Corner, where fate is bound by dice and stories are carved into eternity. Today we're going to be continuing Tyrant's Wrath. Take your seat at the table and let threads destiny unravel before you. Every story has a reader, and you should always share your stories. What happened? You guys fought killed the boar last time, I believe. Yeah, that was
did.
what happened. Yeah,
We fucked
We
up
did.
a boar.
you guys
We
fought the
fought the
boar.
boar, even though it was definitely like infected.
It was time. Cyril, you wrote out the whole thing. Do you want to read out your whole
you
thing,
did.
Bob?
Please.
Did I think I will? I think I will do the recap.
I will leave the
free.
recap to you.
All right, Dice fans. After 2 weeks recharging our math rocks with as much good luck as we possibly could, we are back here in Valhalla to see how our favorite heroic squads are doing. I'm chucking rocks, and here we are with the update on Vale's Equinox. After what originally seemed to be a ritual hunt for an aggressive giant boar just terrorizing the landscape, our intrepid adventurers started off with the bold choice on their part of 3 members of the party, all of them the frontliners, to not wear their armor or wield their weapons. This appears to be due to the coming-of-age ritual for a recent addition to the party, Aldous Vatheria, sponsored by Helm and the Temple of Helm, Ain't No Protection More Divine, attempting to perform a Goliath coming-of-age hunt in order to test herself and earn a clan name for herself. Upon closer inspection by Dakota Ryder, name sounds familiar, don't it, Dice fans? Sponsored by the dealer, care to try your luck? Things turned from bad to worse as this creature's aura bore a strong resemblance to the embodiment of lust and envy, which the party had met before. With a current score of 0-2 against the Sin Squad, this made things very different. The Vale's Equinox chose to press on since their gear was far behind, and the creature looked to be in rough shape after an apparent run-in with a vicious gray dragon. An even deeper mystery was revealed, as it seemed early on that the boar was infected by whichever sin this was, possibly the Sin of Wrath. The infection made evident by a red mist that exited on the casting of a sleep spell by Sapphire, sponsored by the Feywild. May I have your attention, please? Then forcibly re-entered and awakened the beast in a fit of rage, forcing it to endure beyond what any living body ever should. It was up to Gelmar Cryonis, sponsored by Boren's Forge. If it's Boren, it's quality. To get and keep its attention. Boy, he sure did, using his dragon form and a loud roar to call the boar over, after which he latched onto its face and did not let go. Thanks to some quick thinking by Ania, sponsored by the Druidic Circle of Stars, every story has a star. Dakota and Sapphire, the party was able to trap and impale the boar on a reshaped rock face so that Aldous could deliver the final explosive blow, falling to impact from an extreme height before finishing it off. Now that they've begun to clean up the body, the questions still remain. Will they be able to continue on to hunt for the Sin of Wrath, or will they be forced to leave in order to deliver the remains to Bertha? Would they even survive the endeavor if they could? Will the trail go cold before they can return if they can't stay? And can they finally break their losing streak against the Deadly Sins?
Hell yeah.
I love that, but was Cyril in there? I don't think was Cyril in there?
If you think back, Cyril didn't actually do anything major during that battle.
He spent most of the
Did
fight
stuff?
between the feet or between the legs,
Mhm.
trying to slow it down and attack it from below, if memory serves.
Okay, but what would Cyril be sponsored by? What would Cyril's sponsor be?
The hunt.
I was gonna say probably.
You need
Yeah,
a cool
probably the
phrase.
Huntmaster, or whatever the god for that would be.
It
Cyril,
would have
sponsored
been,
by the hunt of the.
it would have been sponsored by Hearn. There's nothing better than a good day's hunt.
Yeah, there you go. Yay!
I love that. All right. Dude.
Thank you,
Very-
thank you, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely lovely.
And now, sing with the weather.
Now sing with the weather. So,
What is the weather?
the weather is cold, dreary, mostly overcast. We got some nice chills coming in,
It's cloudy.
which is actually about the same inside this world as well. It's not rainy inside of this world just yet, but I would say it's probably somewhat overcast at the moment, and especially since you guys are in fall, it is starting to get a little bit colder as well, but nothing too weary and dreary just yet. But as always, we're going to be doing our lovely session prompt for the day. For those who don't know why we do this, essentially we do it so we can get a little bit more of a headspace of both the character and or the player themselves. It allows us to kind of see a little bit more how you're thinking, or make you think a little bit more about your character, or allow the viewers to get a little bit more of a insight onto you or the character. There's a couple of reasons to do it, and then for all the viewers who are out there as well, if you guys want to do it on your own characters as well, I highly suggest doing so. It allows you to get more in touch with your character, kind of allows you to think more as your character and why they're doing what they're doing, where they're going with it. Since we started on Epileth last week, we're going to be starting on Sapphire for this week. So, if your character could choose a single magical item, or a solution to a single personal problem, what would the item or solution be? And that is for Sapphire.
I honestly don't know. I can't think of anything, any one thing that Sapphire would, like,
Mhm.
use that would fix or help her in any way, right?
That's fair.
Is there like
That's fine.
if she could have like any piece of her gear additionally enchanted that's not already enchanted, like her cape, or maybe she wants like a better cape?
Mhm.
Maybe like a magic bow or knife. I think you have magic knives.
She has a magic sword.
Mm.
Thunder sword.
I don't know. In my mind, when it comes to problems, I don't see Sapphire wanting to rely on anything too magical
Mhm.
to help her.
That's fair.
Um,
I do like the idea that she tends to stray to more natural elements rather than magical elements, especially considering her past within the Feywild. All right. Who am I looking at next? Aldous. Same question for you. If your character could choose a single magical item or a solution to a single personal problem, what would the item or solution be?
I'm thinking real hard about this one, TBH. This is a hard one. But
I
the
posted
first
posted a list of magic items in the casual chat if you need some suggestions.
Mhm.
I'm
I
more than
think
happy to move on from there. You can come back. Sorry.
Aldith definitely needs the lightsaber from Ravenloft.
I mean, the Sunblade is actually a normal D&D item as well.
That's true.
I think the first thing that comes to mind for me, at least, that I think Aldith would want would
Mhm.
be like, I don't know, like an orb or like a spell she can cast where she can like talk with Helm, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Where like she could actually like see a like somewhat physical form and like have a conversation with them.
That could be interesting. Interestingly enough, that's more of a warlock thing than usually is a cleric. Kind of like that. Alright, so like an orb that allows you to commune with that which you are connected to. Interesting. I like it. Dakota. If your character could choose a single magical item or solution to a single personal problem, what would the item or solution be?
I think that Dakota wishes that he could solve everything with his gun, I think. I think that for a long time he was very dependent on it. Not that
Mhm.
like he enjoys violence for like the most part, right? But it's kind of something like he tends to run away from a lot of things, and so he kind of likes to shoot his way out of a situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it is a magical item that he's very dependent on, you know.
That is true. That does solve a lot of your solutions.
It does.
Alright. Your gun is pretty much your jail free card, or with a lot of murder. Alrighty. Gelmar, if your character could choose a single magical item or a solution to a single personal problem, what would the item or solution be?
Okay, now hear me out here. Have you heard of the spell Gift of Gab?
I've heard of it, I don't know what it does.
Use Exhalation. It is a psychic spell that makes people forget the last thing you just said,
Ah,
and then replace that memory with another statement that you say as you're casting the spell.
interesting.
An item that could cast something like that, and I think Yelmar would want something like that because he probably still doesn't feel like he understands people very well because they keep surprising him. So it would be very useful for him to have a tool to, like, if he's not certain if the statement that he's hearing is like an insult to a random statement, a request or giving of information or a compliment or something like that, it could be fun to just be able to shout it out at a random person, then Gift of Gab it away once he sees the reaction.
That would be really interesting, honestly. I kind of like that. It's kind of neat.
And also really, really funny.
Yeah. Alrighty. Cyril. If your character could choose a single magical item or solution to a single personal problem, what would the item or solution be?
My first answer as a joke would have been a lucky coin. But I don't know if they're a set of glasses or something like that, but it would give him true sight.
Mm-hmm.
So
Interesting.
because honestly being able to perceive the world around him better is, I think, one of the bigger things for him. Less of a chance of being pricked by something like lust and stuff like that.
That's fair. You have been quite frequently surprised. All right. A glasses with the ability of true sight. Nice. And epileth. If your character could choose a single magical item or solution to a single personal problem, what would the item or solution be?
So it's a little bit of both. So the parties run across magical items that Ania has shown interest in, but then has had to turn down because they have metal in them. So her dream item solution would be either one, some way to transform an item into natural material, or two, a way to take the enchantment and move it onto another item successfully.
Ooh, interesting.
Some way for her to actually get it onto something that she feels happy using.
Yeah. Which would be very fascinating, because there are a lot of things that break enchantments. There's a lot of things that add enchantments. But moving enchantments is, I think, an area where a lot of magical users would not even really consider. That's fascinating. That's something I can work around in future. I like that.
I can use that.
I can use that. Because it definitely would not be a common thought for everyone. Because, like, obviously, like, druids wouldn't have much interactions with necessarily, like, moving things between magical items. They just don't use them, depending on a few factors. And most spellcasters...
That's some hag shit right there. We're in trouble, guys.
and most
We're in a lot of
spellcasters
trouble.
that would move things around would have no need for it. So it's such an interesting, like, tiny niche, like, area that can be so implemented. I love it. I love that. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for there's words here. Sorry, I've been doing homework for like the last 4 days. My words are not wording as well as they usually word. But thank you guys for diving into your characters' mindsets here. And we're going to be looking at where you guys are currently. So you guys have dealt with the boar now, and you guys have pretty much like stripped the boar down like piece by piece, and got most of its body within your carriage. It's a little bit difficult to get the whole thing in there because it's pretty large, but you got quite a bit of it in there. I believe you guys have left the bones for the most part where they are, as the bones and the meat is separate things to deal with.
Well, I remember I intended on bringing it back as intact as possible to Bertha. Because, I mean, she can do a lot more with the bones, I figure.
Yeah. So the question there would be like, what are you doing with the bones? Like, are you snapping them off like right at the base of like the ribs?
When, because I'm in the middle of processing this body now.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm doing
Sapphire...
is I am hacking off the limbs at the attachment points, so the shoulder and the hip. And then splitting the ribs, and then cutting the head off, splitting the ribs, and quartering them so that they kind of stack on top of each other.
Yeah. Trying to reduce space as much as possible.
Yep.
Yeah. So
and I'm hoping to cut the spine not in half. I want to cut the ribs on either side of the spine, so that we can maintain the entire spine, because I don't know if she's going to want any of the pieces of the spinal column.
The top of the spinal column absolutely blasted to hell. Like, did some damage to the top of that spinal column. Like the base of the neck and stuff. That shit is exploded. But most of it past like the mid shoulder blades or so, and then down is perfectly intact. What are you saying, Aldous? Or sorry, not Aldous. Anu?
I was just saying it's less dissected and more just prepping it into individual limbs and parts and hoping that fits in the cart.
Okay.
Yeah, butchering it would be would definitely be the better term.
Yeah,
but not
cleaning
even
out the
skinning
insides
it.
and the like.
No, no, I'm bringing it back as much in one piece as I possibly can.
All right. What are you guys doing with the innards? Are you doing anything with the innards, or?
The
I
innards,
appreciate you,
based on
Pike.
the damage that this thing took, I would imagine that the innards are so badly damaged that we actually had a bunch of spoiled meat we had to carve off of this thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Galmar was definitely doing a lot of that from like the inside the ribs and the like, and cleaning that out, which would definitely have been an effort, especially with Sapphire helping them. But thankfully, especially with Galmar's height, it wouldn't be too difficult to reach the top of it and scrape it down. Definitely not a particularly good smelling experience, but it was a fairly quick one. Are you guys like tossing it somewhere? Are you burying it? What are you doing with the remains exactly?
I would be leaving the innards out for other animals to consume.
Okay.
All except for I would have taken the heart. I don't know how big the heart on this thing is. I don't know how big you want to say that the heart is on this thing.
We'll say it's about the size of your head.
About the size of my head.
Yeah.
So Aldith kind of just hears me just yell her name real sharp, and the heart's just flying through the air at her.
Oh, God.
Fantastic.
I'd like to say I'd be taking as much of the good innards and giving them to Bubbles.
Aw. Bubbles greatly appreciates it. He is snacking.
Ania, when she does come back, because she's currently away with Dakota, but she might try to cast Lesser Restoration. She doesn't have Purify Food Drink ready today, but she's gonna try at least do something to make sure there's no, like, real foul stuff the best she can.
Okay. Yeah, so Aldith, you hear Grump Cyril calling your name.
She'll whip her body around and see the heart and go, all right, gonna catch it to the best of my ability.
So you just see her like get into like a prep stance to like catch this thing like a soccer.
Oh, it was already thrown. Like,
Oh.
I had called her name after I threw it.
Yeah, with your reaction speed, Olive, you turn around, you see it like flying towards you. You get like maybe a second before it slams into your chest.
Nope. Just, oh!
It's hefty. Like this thing is massive.
And as soon as I hear that wet slap of the heart up against her chest, I have not even turned around to look. I'm still doing what I am doing. Just very gruffly. That's yours. Eat it.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Aldith having a minor panic attack.
Yeah. She'd look down at it and go, she just, her eyes would grow super big. She's like, huh? Just like a huh?
Just like huh?
Do I hear? Do I hear that? Like, is that audible?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, for sure.
It's gonna feel unreasonable that I'm as sharp as I am, but like I'm just generally enraged from what's happened just recently.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I hear her so confused, I come stalking over. What is so confusing about eat this? Have you ever hunted before?
looks to DM as in a probably, but want to make sure that this is a yes.
I mean, you've hunted small game, I would probably say, on the rare occasion, as you were in a, wood elf clan, but they mostly focused on like, foraging more than they focused on hunting. Obviously, like, meat was a consistent source that was somewhat required, especially for their customs, but it was usually a rare event that you would go out with them as you were more towards the church and stuff like that, and you would forage more often than not and take care of people who got injured during the hunts. If you had gotten injured during a hunt, it'd be very much so more difficult, so oftentimes you were left back at camp, but you did go out a few times.
Aldith would look to Cyril, and then back down to the heart, and then back up to him. Not often, and not anything this big.
Right, and I'm going to poke at the heart. It's still tender. You don't even need to cook it. In fact, you should not cook it. Just sit down and consume. If you want to do this thing any sort of respect regarding what just happened, that is how you do it. I'm just going to turn around and go back to what I'm doing.
She's gonna stare at him walking away and blink a few times, and then just, like, hunker down, like, without saying anything. Like, she'll sit crisscross applesauce and she'll poke it a few times. And then she'd probably very sheepishly, like, take a bite out of it.
Fair enough. Alright, while you do that, Sapphire is feeding Bubbles with the innards. Gelmar, I assume you're helping out Cyril with dismantling this creature's general parts.
Or just trying to take it on up to the cart, one or the other.
Fair enough. Eveleth and Dakota, you two have merciful. Oh my god, you guys have thankfully walked away from the horrendous sight of those, as the two of you are taking some time. What are the two of you doing?
Well, I know you kind of misty stepped a little way away, and so I think we just kind of pop over a good distance, and Dakota's just kind of like looking around and being like, all right, okay. I think we just kind of circle around a bit. Oh, looks kind of nice here. Smells a whole lot better too.
Evelith is like trying real hard not to cry, but they're doing a little bit better now. They do still like flinch slightly whenever they hear Cyril yelling back over there, because I assume we're at least close enough to hear him when he's like snapping at Aldith.
Oh yeah, no, his voice carries, and the area that you guys were in, there's really nothing to stop the voice because of how trounced it was. So it just carries over the field and stuff. So it's really easy to hear him.
Evelith will sort of trudge along with Dakota, and they'll look reluctant to walk, but sort of are like, I should better walk. It's probably better for me not to just lay here and cry. So they're like walking, they're following Dakota.
Yeah. He kind of gives Evelith some like pats on the back. See, looks onward. Alright. You wanna like, I'm sure there's some berries or something out here. We can, I'll get some of those too. Some plants. Plants for plant things.
Potions, maybe. Oh, that does remind me. Is Lefari around and reacting to any of this? I assume Lefari just knows where I am at all times and just flies
Pretty much,
over.
yeah. Lefari is, I would say, probably like 30-some feet above you guys, kind of like swimming around in the air, looking around at the area. Much more calm now that they're not on the rock that was being pounded by the giant boar.
I believe will sort of follow along and be like, you're going to pick the wrong ones, and then I'm going to have to organize between what is poison and what is not. And they don't seem like they're just stating a fact. They're not saying Dakota shouldn't.
I mean, that's always fun, yeah.
It is kind of fun.
All right, let's go pick some poison berries then, huh?
Evelyn doesn't quite smile at them at that, but it does seem to sort of cheer them up a bit, and they just sort of follow along.
You can hear Lafari in your head go, "Oh, this place is weird. Did you know we're right next to a rock area? It's kind of neat."
And both will like tilt their head and look upwards, and is like, "A rock area?" And they're not talking in their head, they're just hoping Lafari can hear them. So to Dakota, Epla's just talking to the sky.
Yeah, it's like a lot of rocks. It's like the forest, but with rocks instead of trees. It's very rocky.
Oh, what is weird about that?
Well, it's right next to a forest. Normally these two don't intersect this much. Although there are a lot of, what do you call it? Paths of destruction. I assume from the boar.
Which direction?
Oh, you just keep going forward. It's like another distance, and you'll see it.
And both will point in the direction, be like, Lafari saw something this way. We can look for berries on the way. To Dakota. What?
Oh, okay. I was trying to. I didn't hear the last part of that.
Oh, okay, no problem. Like, if I'm talking too quiet, let me know. Eplet just talks quietly.
Oh, so good.
It's like, Lafari said we should go this way. We could look for berries on the way in this direction.
Oh, that sounds good. What's over Lafari's way?
They said it's a rock area. Knowing Lafari, though, that generally means that there's something of interest that they do not know how to describe. It could be a building's ruins, or it could be more rocks like the one we saw, but broken open. Usually if Lafari points it out, though, it is something of interest. They just have an mundane way of saying it.
Okay, alright, we can head over around there. Sounds interesting.
Swim.
Yeah. I think Dakota kind of walks on really a little bit, probably following Eplis, because they don't actually know where Lafari went proper. But, he kind of looks around a bit, and he's like, it's kind of interesting having, traveling around this much. I mean, obviously we've been traveling for a while, but like, I don't know, it feels kind of like ever since I, switched patrons and all that, it just feels like more like I'm able to appreciate it all, I guess. I was always, when you're running from things, you kind of stare at more. The things you're more interested in is not tripping, so you're staring at the ground and all that. You don't really sightsee. It's just yeah.
Good.
Not so good.
Eplith nods slowly and turns, and they start doing the thing that Eltnania usually does, where they use mold earth to travel. So they're like facing Dakota partially and talking, but they're just sort of gliding across the ground at the same walking speed. And they say like, well, when you were with your past patron, you were not traveling, you were running. You travel because you're being hunted, and you are still being hunted now, but in a different sort of way. Now you are just traveling, as it were. I actually wanted to ask you something about that.
Yeah.
If you weren't running, would you still want to travel? If you had a place to sit down, a place that welcomed you and you could be yourself, would you still want to travel around anyway?
Well, that's tricksy. To be honest, I'm actually not sure. I mean, I spent a lot of my younger years being, trapped. So I didn't get to. I really like seeing all this stuff. I think that's something I'm still interested in, but I think eventually I kind of would like to, sit down.
Well,
I think it'd be nice.
You don't have to pick one or the other. And they gesture sort of in the direction the druid's camp was. If you have a place to come back to, then traveling for a while and returning is always an option. Many merchants do that, where they will go on trips between towns. And they will always have a place to come back to, but they get to see people and talk to people.
I think that sounds nice. Yeah. What about you? I don't know, what do you think you'll do after we're done adventuring?
After we're done... Neblith looks in front to make sure they're not going to run into a tree or something as they glide around on the floor. And they're like, this is my first ever real adventure. I did travel once when I was younger, when we had to flee Star Shadow Kingdom. But ever since we were here, other than, traveling between the druid locations, I never left the druid camp, not for long, a little bit to Haven. I went on this journey because I believe the stars asked me to, or maybe I was fated to. What comes after I fulfill the prophecy, or I guess thwart the prophecy, is more akin to what I'm doing. Oh, that's kind of... And it, tilts their head, that is weird, isn't it? Regardless, I'm not sure. I think I have to decide based on what happens at Star Shadow Kingdom. Right now, with so much on the line... Oh. And they pause for, a really long time, and even pause, in their mold earth movement. And they fidget with their staff a bit. It's I have told Cyril something that I have yet to tell the rest of the party. I was going to tell everyone eventually once we left the druid camp, but with this in the way, I forgot. I think it would behoove me to tell you, at least. That way I have less people to tell later on.
Mm-hmm.
And they tilt their head one side and the other side. You remember Roderick's whole thing with, wanting to blow up the kingdom?
Yeah?
Well, once... I believe... we have a little bit over a month before he decides to do that.
Okay.
Neblith
All right.
nods and continues. It's I think we can make the time limit once we use the teleportation device.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to rush everyone when they were supposed to be enjoying themselves at the druid camp. But with that weighing over my head, I didn't want to... I can't really think of the future. So much will be decided at that point, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I mean... We can teleport over there and figure out all the stuff. A month should be enough, I think.
A little bit over a month, but yes.
Yeah.
We'll be able to go directly to the kingdom, but we'll see what happens then.
Yeah.
We can't really go there yet anyway because the teleportation device isn't ready. Even if we left now, it wouldn't make any difference.
Yeah.
Well, we get there faster by waiting. When do you think would be a good time to tell them? Aldith especially seems... I'm worried she's gonna be mad at me for not telling everyone sooner, even though it wouldn't matter.
Is there anything we gotta do after we finish up this whole boar situation?
I don't think so. After we return to Haven, I believe it will be about the time that the device is ready.
Yeah. After we finish up all that, get back, back to Haven. Yeah, after we finish all this up, should be pretty good after Cyril chills out. I think that should work, right? Cool down.
You're taking the news rather calmly. Like, I expected you to be calm, but this is a little bit extreme.
Just try to figure it out. I don't know.
Are you alright?
I'm well enough. I'm still trying to process everything, I guess. I'll probably be freaking out later. I don't know.
Sorry, you opened this conversation with such a nice antidote and I've ruined it.
No. No, you haven't ruined nothing. Nah. Nah, you're good.
If you're sure.
Yeah.
No,
Question.
No.
Has Nia ever mentioned fleeing Star Shadow Kingdom? Like in her youth?
She did say she left Star Shadow Kingdom, but I don't think she would ever go so far as to say she was like on the run from Star Shadow Kingdom. So that detail might have been like vague enough that Dakota wouldn't have caught it.
That's fair. Yeah.
Because she did say, like, she moved out of Star Shadow and into the Druid thing near Haven, but she didn't, like, put any emphasis on it like that she was running away.
Okay, yeah.
Nebula just, like, starts to move again towards the rocky area.
My feelings on Star Shadow Kingdom have always been weird, like some kind of big, vague mix of emotions that, like, I don't know, just thinking about it is like, there's so much that it feels like there's nothing, right? It's just something I put to the side and don't really think about it much. Feels weird that it's in such danger.
You've been there for most of your life, but you haven't actually seen it. To you, it is just a concept, a place. Everyone else, other than perhaps Cyril, hasn't seen it as either. So it is a place that is in danger, and especially for Cyril, it is a place in danger that has done horrible things, which isn't entirely false, but not everyone there is horrible.
Yeah. I think when I ran across it, I didn't really see much of it. All I know of the place is a little hallways and rooms. That's the only part I really got to see it.
Eplith pauses again and actually smiles and like hugs their staff to them as they talk, like they're like squeezing it. It's like, I would love to show you all the good things in Star Shadow Kingdom if we can get there peacefully, even if just for a day.
Yeah,
There
that'd
are a
be
lot of...
nice.
They nod. There are so many beautiful places there that I mean, it might just be nostalgia, but when I was a child, it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I lived in quite a nice area. I don't know if it still is, but usually homes are not bothered. Hopefully it'll have some nice places to go.
Why'd you leave? You mentioned you said earlier you fled from it. You always just kind of said you left?
Evelyn tilts their head and pauses a second and is like, I believe as Ania I told you briefly, but it was in Ania's way. In the library we talked about before, I was reading a book as Tra, because, well, Tra was, at the time, who I was. And in the book, I believe, all the details are blurry, overlapped by everything else that happened, I saw a picture of a different race I hadn't seen before. And I didn't quite know the danger I was in at such a young age, and I just wanted to see what it would look like out of the book, so I changed into it right there. And someone in the library saw me. A whole alarm thing was shouted out. They saw me transforming, which was the big problem, not what I turned into. And my mother and me and my father were fleeing, and my father stayed behind, or, well, he... And Evelyn shuffles. They found out he was also a changeling, and he was taken down. And Tra's never really forgiven himself ever for that, which is a little bit why he's so grumpy all the time. But we couldn't go back after that, so we went to Haven instead, a much more welcoming place.
Oh. Wow. That sounds horrible.
Iblith smiles and chuckles very quietly and is like, It is. It was a very long time ago, though. There are still regrets about it, especially in Tra's case, but it's okay. It was a foolish mistake of a child who didn't know any better, and that's okay. But the reaction was what was horrible, not the action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everyone's scared of changelings. Do you know why people are scared of changelings?
Well, the high elves always said because they're dangerous. They're what was it? Abominations of espionage, I think one said. They're creatures not of this realm. I think that's what the Nat said. They could be anywhere. We never know what they're thinking. Creatures made of lies. There was a lot that
those are all on their own reasons, but all coalesce together. It's essentially that the fact that changelings even exist means that they are scared that their neighbor or loved one could just not be who they think they are. And that very fact bothers people quite a bit. So until changelings are no longer a thing, they will continue to be scared of them. Or until they learn not to be scared of such things. Honestly, I believe most people are not quite what people think they are.
Yeah.
Everyone always hides a little bit.
Yeah.
And Sin, you are free to have us arrive at the Rocky Place at any time. You can interrupt
I was
us.
enjoying. It's fun. I enjoy listening to you guys. As, it gives me more time to think. But yes, as you guys are walking, you guys have noticed.
Go on a 3-hour in-game walk.
You guys have noticed the ground around you has been slowly moving from general like foresty terrain to much more like hard rocky terrain. Well, Dakota has noticed. Epileth, you're riding on rocks. It's mostly you're watching the change happen. Mm-hmm. And as you guys are going further and further, less trees are happening. This is maybe 10 minutes away from where Cyril and the rest of the gang are. It's a small distance, yeah. But as you guys are moving out into it, you start to be able to kind of crest past the tree line, and you guys kind of get to see what Lafari was mentioning is I suppose the best term for it would actually be like close to a quarry. It's massive rocks. Like these things, like the size that the boulder that you guys interacted with previously that impaled the boar, are scattered around this area. Whether this was created by some kind of animal or if it was humanoid created or something of that sort, you're not 100% sure. But there is all kinds of rocks of general terrain here, many of which are absolutely busted from probably the boar slamming through them. There's a massive track that kind of runs through the area and then goes further into the area that you guys came around. This boar seems to have just gone in various directions for one reason or another, and the area is there's like shit tons of broken rocks everywhere. There appears to be possible gemstones. You're not 100% sure. There are some shiny bits and pieces every now and again as you look around. But whether these are actual gemstones or something akin to like a fake gold or something of that sort, you're not 100% sure from where you can see. You can vaguely see that weird oily blood that you guys saw from before. It goes off for quite a distance from what you guys can tell. You guys can also see kind of a little ways down the road, a wagon you guys can see.
Epileth pulls their hood up.
There's no one in the wagon. The wagon has 2 horses. It's parked to the side of the this weird, like, large-ass trail that almost certainly the boars made. But it's parked off to the side. There's 2 horses there. I believe one's black and one's white. And they're just kind of staring patiently as you guys are standing up there.
Epileth will shift back to Ania, able to now. Mm-hmm. And Ania will speak up like,
"Oh, there's a lot of gemstones there, but I think there's some people over there."
Oh.
Hello.
Hi.
Ooh, I forgot to turn off my alerts.
Maybe there's some kind of the rocks that like Gelmar might be interested in.
Oh, you're right. Gelmar would love this.
Yeah.
Oops,
should we tell everyone to
Whoop, sorry.
come here?
Uh,
How well, SD? Hmm?
trying to figure out what you said. Yeah. Oh, we can maybe explore a little more. Do we know what any of these kind of rocks are? What the folks there are about?
We also don't know who that belongs to.
And Ania points over to the wagon.
Oh, yeah. Maybe this is a bandit's wagon. I'll probably check it out.
How well taken care of are the horses, can I see from here?
From what you can see, they are very well taken care of. They seem to be only recently, air quote, abandoned. They're definitely set off to the side, almost certainly on purpose. From what you can tell, especially given your experience, I would say they are parked off to the side while following this massive boar track, basically. Very similar to the boar track that you guys had followed as well. That one, I think, would probably be a little bit more to the left, but it seems like the boar had multiple paths that it made. The one you guys followed led directly to that area, probably the more recent one, and this one seems to be a little bit older, and it's the one that they seem to have followed.
Oh. I think the horses are too well taken care of to be bandit horses, unless that's a bandit who's very nice to animals, which would be wonderful.
Fancy bandits.
Oh, I do think fancy bandits are interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And are there any gemstones near us that we could just pick up and like take back?
Might be right. Does Dakota know the horse?
That's a good question, actually.
Well, wasn't I on that? Wait, okay, hold on. When
I don't
You
know
were
if
on the-
actually
you were on his
Guriel's
horse at one
but you
point.
definitely saw Gilmar approach on it.
Gilmar, you would probably know better than I. Did he leave his horse next to the carriage?
I think so. I
Okay.
think he was originally strapped up to the carriage, yes.
No, he wasn't strapped up to it because he was riding next to the carriage. But he would have left it nearby then. So yes, Dakota, you would recognize Grail's horse is the one standing next to the carriage. Just kind of, I suppose, lounging around for the most part, just kind of like walking around the carriage every now and again. You would definitely remember it from when you saw Grail on it.
okay, in which case, Dakota would kind of like narrow his eyes a bit as he's talking about fancy bandits, and then he just kind of pauses and is like, "Wait, hold on, that's the guy's horse. That's
The guy?
when, yeah,
Okay.
at the ball, at the party,
Oh!
yeah."
Which one? Did I
Uh,
see them, or is that someone you met?
I don't know if you saw him. I think that's the one that wanted to kill the bounty hunters that were after me, right? Yeah.
I think most
s-
people who know you want to kill the bounty hunters after you.
Yeah, that's not Bandit's horse. I think that's a good guy's horse.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't want to take all their treasure. They'll be mad, so we'll take
Yeah.
a few pieces for the trouble, and then we'll head back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wonder if he's around. Wonder if he's around here.
Oh, can I leave them a present? Oh, that would be adorable.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of like
And-
looking around to see if they're around.
Yeah, Nia's gonna look around. She's looking for gemstones and pretty shinies, though.
They're all looking at Sin to see if we can facilitate a crossover.
Considering they're literally just starting their battle on the other side tomorrow. Don't think so, but we'll see how things go.
And Nia will do something really fun.
I will say, roll me a perception check, both of you, real quick.
Yay!
Yeah, okay, let me see here.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Oh, was that me or you? Oh, that
That's
was
Dakota.
you.
That's so Dakota.
So,
That's so Dakota.
Dakota.
For audience who didn't see it.
Dakota, you are seeing there's blood on the ground. Not people blood, that same oily, weird blood thing that you saw before. It's all over the ground. Maybe there's footprints. You're not 100%. Your tracking is not your main your skill set in any way, shape, or form. You're really
That's
good
so
at
funny.
you're really good at noticing that there are probably foot tracks in the blood somewhere. But yeah, there's a lot of blood. If you potentially followed the blood, maybe you'd find them. Or
Can I listen to beyond it?
probably not. You're welcome to. I'll say right now, you don't see anything.
Okay.
It's
I was
weird
a bounty
blood.
hunter.
This is true. It's weird blood, but it's not like it's natural blood, kind of. It's from a natural creature, from what you can tell, because your whiff beyond isn't picking up anything. You're used to hunting people in cities. Yeah, that's where you excel, is being inside of a city and hunting people down, as it's relatively easy to figure out where people are going based on a few knowing factors. You don't know anything about most of these folks aside from the fact that Grail is cool and he's spooky.
Yeah.
And following blood is about as spooky as you get. But Ania, you are seeing quite a few really pretty things. Most of the rocks that have been smothered and brutalized in this area, they have cracked open to reveal a lot of different gemstones. These are really poorly cut gemstones, or really poorly refined. So you've got probably 2 gold worth of gemstones that you found so far. But you do find one that's almost entirely black and shiny, and it's you recognize it as a semi-rare gem. That's called Blackstone. I know, super fancy name, but it's a stone that is relatively hard to find because you have to really destroy massive quantities of these kinds of rocks to be able to get even a chance at one of them. And most people don't want to go through that much effort to get them, so they're a fairly rare item, but they are extremely durable. I mean, excessively durable. It is damn near impossible to actually break one of these things, so they're typically given for a decently high price, the price of which is variable depending on who you go to, but most gem store people will give you several gold for it. But you also see the large quantity of blood that is just littering the ground, more or less. Whatever the creature was that pulled itself off the rock clearly came this way, and they probably are hunting it, assuming that they also were navigating this blood, and that's why they stopped the cart. But that's your best guess.
Mm-hmm. Ania will be cheerful about everything, and she wants to approach the cart.
Is, from what you can tell, completely undefended, aside from the horse, which is giving you a side eye.
Okay. Ania's gonna go around to the cart, and she's gonna try to calm the horse as she does.
Don't worry, I'm just gonna leave a present.
The horse is just watching you. It's clearly intelligent, and it's not actively trying to attack you or anything, but it's staring you down. You can feel its presence.
Mm-hmm. Ania gets out her scroll stuff, because she has all the maps, and she gets a little piece of parchment, and she writes,
Good luck with whatever you're doing.
and she weighs it down with some of the cheaper gemstones that she picked up. And she just
so
leaves it on the
cute.
cart.
I
And
love
she's not gonna
that.
leave. She's not gonna leave a sign on it, but she will offer Dakota to like draw himself or leave his name if he wants.
That's so cute.
Yeah, Dakota's just like goes over and I think Dakota's drawn before, like relatively speaking, because he didn't really have much to do as a kid. So he probably did some writing and did some drawing. So he's actually probably pretty decent at it.
Yeah.
He draws himself and Ania. He's like constantly glancing over to Ania to get a reference.
Then he allows this.
Yeah.
Little
She seems
happy
very thrilled with
face.
this. Yep. This minor case of tomfoolery.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are able to make a fairly good sketch. It's a super cute thing because you guys absolutely have the objects and items to do so. And yeah, you make it fairly quickly. Everything around you is surprisingly quiet.
I hope they're doing great. A lot of the other people at the ball were really strong, so whoever they are, I'm sure they're fine. And it was already really wounded, like the boar.
And she will start to make her way back.
Oh boy. Okay. As you guys start making your way back, you place down a little. It's like a little rock on the paperweight. Essentially, these guys start one back. You guys get to the tree line before you hear what is essentially one of the loudest thunderclaps that you've ever heard in your life. It's as if you had a lightning bolt literally strike down like 2 feet away from you.
And Nia like jumps physically like 1 foot to the side, like ah.
You could definitely tell it's coming. It came from the rocky direction, and it was fucking loud. That shit like echoes through the area.
Maybe we should get going. Maybe tell the others about it. I'm sure they're having a fine time.
Yeah. Well, let's circle around.
I'm sure they're having fun.
We
Yeah.
had fun.
Ania says, despite her breaking down crying right after the fight.
Yeah.
As we move back over to the other folks, Cyril, you've managed to get pretty much all the boar that you can get fitted into the cart, especially with Galmar and Sapphire's help. It's a tight fit, but you've managed to get most of the boar inside of there. It's been relatively cleaned off, so nothing's dripping or anything. Whatever pieces that Bubbles hasn't chomped on or just been using as a chew toy have been more or less thrown to the forest as food for other creatures. And honestly, the head is so big, you gotta put that like on like top of the cart. This cart is now heavy as fuck, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking heavy.
I'm gonna be asking for help from whoever else can summon a creature from whoever else can summon a horse.
Hey, you got Dakota's out. Gelmar can turn into a beast for a little while.
Sin,
Makes
I
Ania
actually
turn into a bear.
That's the worst part, Sin. I actually probably would have had... Am I correct in the assumption that this entire ordeal probably would have lasted more than 3 minutes?
It's absolutely, yeah.
I am all out of Giant's Might for the rest of the day.
That's fair.
I cannot transform anymore.
That's fair. But yeah, as you guys are kind of finishing up cleaning everything and just stacking, like just pretty much shoulder bashing some of the flesh into the cart, because it's packed in there like an IKEA like fucking truck. Like it's
We got it
Tetris in
tied
there.
down with ropes and shit.
Yeah, pretty much. You guys also hear this same obscenely loud lightning strike. Although the weather above is cloudy, it doesn't necessarily seem like there's thunder going on. But that thunderclap is so loud that it echoes all the way to you guys and still feels like it's close as fuck.
I just imagine like moments before that bolt of lightning crashed down, someone said something along the lines of,
The interesting
has anyone
thing-
seen Ania or Dakota? She hasn't been around for a bit, and then just suddenly a bolt of lightning in the distance.
The interesting thing, no one sees a bolt of lightning. There is none around you. There's no flash, there's nothing.
I mean, I didn't figure that we saw it, but we definitely heard it.
Oh yeah. But in that direction, which most of you guys were looking in, there's no flash. There is no lightning. There is no spark. There is no, like, massive blue light that appears or anything like that. The horizon isn't even affected. There is nothing, and then a massive thunder sound.
Okay, so we wouldn't have mistaken that for, like, Dakota's gun going off.
No, Dakota's gun is practically a pea shooter compared to the sound of this.
Okay.
And his gun is pretty loud, too, but it's still like comparing a pistol to a cannon.
I just imagine Gilmar just staring off at the sound, like, what in crap, I can't even think of what he'd properly say. Or phrase it as. What in Bahamut's name was that?
Indeed. It's probably what we actually should be hunting.
You think that's the thing that corrupted this boar?
Could be anything, but it's definitely not the weather. So, what's happening? Okay, I'm just gonna go back to shoving the meat back together into a.
That's
Not going to matter anyways. Just tie this down.
After about 10 minutes or so of you guys making sure the stuff inside the car is not going to wiggle out of the car on any bump, although it's so tightly fit that honestly it's going to be a struggle to pull the damn things out when you get to your destination. But after you guys have tied down everything, making sure all of it's good and none of it's going to end badly, you guys do see Ania and Dakota coming on back, neither one of which look hurt in any way, shape, or form. Ania's got some shinies in her hands, it looks like. Yeah.
Everybody?
Ah, there you are. Thank goodness. I was worried there for a second. At least you had
Hold
me
out
worried.
your hand.
And Ania runs up to Gelmar.
Hold out your hand.
Huh? Okay. He just holding it out towards her.
And she
What
puts
happened?
she puts the black stone in Gelmar's outstretched hand and just turns to leave to go look at Aldith instead. Without any context.
I think I missed the actual comment. Is this like an actual, just like a black colored actual stone, or is it like a gemstone, or is it just like I don't know, understand?
It's more or less a gemstone.
Okay.
From what you would know about it, is one of the most dense materials that most blacksmiths will ever encounter. If you can forge an item with pure blackstone, it will never break in the universe. This thing is probably about the size of like your index fingers, like the length of your index finger, so it's like not super large. But it's hyper dense.
Where on earth did you find blackstone this pure?
And we found a really busted up quarry.
Really? Did they have more fragments lying around? Could be a useful material to improve our equipment later.
Maybe, but another party's over there, so I don't want to steal from them too much.
Dang it.
Dang it! Adventurous code.
Am I correct in the assumption, or you said it's about half the length of my finger, so probably wouldn't be useful for much beyond like a dagger or something like that?
Yeah, pretty much. It'd be like either the world's smallest dagger, but it would never break, or it could be like a carving thing.
So in other words, it's a shiv. Or no,
Yeah.
not a shiv. What would it be called? A
You could-
stiletto.
Yeah, you could use it as like a thing for fiddling. Like you could make it into like a really nicely fined edge to fiddle with wood, or to carve very small items, or hell, to carve your runes. Because this thing is going to cut through nearly everything, because it's not going to break. Its hardness is on hold. Its hardness is on nearly identical level to mithril.
Hold up. Sin, you said had using it to carve my rune stones? I
Mhm.
usually need to discard my rune stones after use. If the thought crossed my mind to do that, would I be able to make it's a rune stone that lasts a lot longer or something?
If you could carve into it, potentially. You're not entirely sure anything could cut this, is the problem.
Ooh.
Yeah, this thing will carve through nearly any object that you can think of, including most metals. But carving something into this, you might have to use mithril to do so.
I'll need to bring it back to the blacksmith and see if anyone's got a mithril chisel or something.
Yeah.
Does this blackstone already have sharp edges?
No, it is horribly dull.
She brought me like a stone that you would like flip, you would toss to skip onto a lake or something, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been smoothed out over, like, you would probably say centuries.
So if he can turn this into some kind of like blade or chisel or something, he could.
Hypothetically cut off the shackle around his
Yeah.
neck. I understand.
You know, potentially.
The thoughts crossing my mind, but it's also just like, oh crap, but I actually know what that material is, and I don't think that would work. Oh boy.
Is potential,
Hey,
you know.
It's worth a shot, man.
It's also already cracked. Unfortunately,
That's
it's
fair,
also
and let's be
already
real.
cracked, which means
That's
they
fair.
probably storing magic.
On the other hand, it's already cracked. Would I potentially be able to scratch marks into the stone with the broken parts of the collar?
Potentially. It would be quite possibly the most awkward angle you can imagine, but potentially. You'd also be at risk of potentially slicing into your own skin, which would not be the most pleasant experience, but it wouldn't be anything deep, of course.
I have a really stupid idea.
Very curious. So, Ania, you walked over to Aldous?
Yes. Aldith still covered in blood?
Aldith, I can guarantee you would not have enough stomach capacity to get through probably more than a sixth of this heart. So what you do with the other 5/6 is entirely up to you. But yes, she would absolutely be covered in blood and potentially holding a heart.
Is like Sapphire and Gelmar and Cyril also covered in blood?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
100%.
How much
Okay,
of
I
it is
can-
my own?
I think I can only use the orb one time, so Ania's gonna be like,
If everyone is done and wants to clean up, I have the cleaning orb.
The cleaning. Oh.
I love
Best
this
item.
thing.
Aldith, what are you doing with the other 5/6 the heart before Aldith cleans?
I don't know. I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like part of her, cause like, I feel like part of her would maybe like rip off a piece of like her skirt that she's wearing and like wrap up a little bit, like see if she can't forcefully tear off a bit of
Mhm.
the heart, like with her brute strength, because she's
Mhm.
crazy strong, and like pocket some of it to like possibly cook with it if like they get it somewhere so it doesn't spoil.
Yeah.
But part of me also thinks that she would like, I don't know if, like, technically meat can fertilize, like, if that makes sense. I'm not, like, an actual IRL person that, like, knows.
It can
What do you mean
decompose, yeah.
fertilize?
It can
Like,
decompose.
just decompose and then it would fertilize the ground
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
'Cause I
all
feel
things
like-
return to the earth.
I feel like she would do that because, you know, just the wood elf in her is like, I'm returning this back to the earth.
Okay. Yeah, you would
And he is-
easily be able to tear off a bit of it and wrap it up and stuff, and then yeet the rest of it into the forest.
Yeah, she'd probably do that.
Okay.
And he
So,
is
yeah.
skating around with mold earth and like burying stuff like that.
Ooh. That's pretty cool.
So she,
Ah.
yeah, she's
I'm
burying.
imagining all
wood
this
stuff.
trying to get Ania to help her bury what with the rest of the heart without
Cyril
seeing it.
seeing.
It's like, oh shit.
Give it a little bit of burial.
I can't eat it all, please help me.
Just like, here you go. Just gonna put it under the ground here real quick. Dad can't see. All right, but
It's the equivalent of feeding the dog your scraps underneath the table.
you just hand it to
Bubbles,
Bubbles,
you
just
want
like,
a
here you
heart?
go.
Give it to Bubbles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a dog.
Bubbles just like rubbing up against your leg, just like,
But
yes.
it literally will eat your scraps.
She would definitely.
And your hand if you're not careful.
She would like section off some for Bubbles too. She'd like,
Yay!
Bubbles
Toss
would
it,
definitely chip chomp.
like do a trick. Like do a trick, you get the heart.
Do a backflip. All right, but yeah, so you're able to do that and have a little bit tucked away for cooking later. And then yeah, Aaron is able to use the cleaning orb to make sure no one is both smelling and looking like a meat house. Honestly, you guys could see the carriage as well, Dakota and Nia. It's packed. It is practically bursting at the seams with how much stuff they shoved in there. Of course, none of it is dripping or anything. They've pretty much taken away all ooies and gooies. But in terms of like bones, flesh, and all that fun stuff, it's packed in there.
Very impressive.
Yeah. There. Do you
think it's been, like-
do you two mention who the adventurers are? Or you gonna leave that up to mystery?
Yes, when Ania's cleaning everyone, she's just like, once everyone's actually like there to be cleaned,
Mhm.
I assume Cyril joins to also get cleaned, or is he just off in the corner refusing?
He's buckling his armor on, but I think it's just because he assumes that it's gonna work regardless of whether or not the armor's on.
Yeah.
That's
And
fair.
she like throws the orb down to get all the blood off everyone, and she's like,
Me and Dakota, you know how there was two kinds of blood here? We saw the trail of where the other creature went, and I think another party is hunting that one. And I think Dakota knows who they are.
Really? Old friends?
Is it Is it Silas?
Me? I have to remember who all the King's Kindness crew is.
Oh no, this was the guy hunting you.
Oh. No. No, it was actually the guy who helped us with Silas. I don't, was it? I think it was Grail God Killer.
God's Bane.
God Killer! The God Killer
Killer.
guy!
Wait, hold up. Son of a crossbow. He didn't even remember our agreement.
What?
How dare?
Was
I would
that-
imagine Dakota was probably close enough to hear Gelmar challenging him to a duel. Probably Cyril too.
Very likely.
I believe his words were, "But before the next time we leave the city, I would like to duel you." Well, we're both out of the city.
You broke your own deal.
Yeah, fair.
There was a big loud thunderclap too, so we think they're fighting. We didn't see them though, we just saw their cart.
Is that what that loud noise was?
I assume.
Did it seem like they required assistance?
We didn't see them, but the horses seemed really calm.
Suppose if
Horse was nice. Horse was nice.
Unlike
It
mine.
did glare at me, which is very unusual. Animals usually like me.
I mean, if nothing else, it might be worth checking in to make sure they're all right.
I don't think we could do that because that would interfere with Sin.
Above game, I know that, but it's just like...
For meta reasons.
Meta reasons I understand, but just shoot him down in game. Shoot him down in game, seriously. I have to play to my character.
That's true.
No,
That's
I
true.
get you.
But to be fair, if you go over there and there's something that can cause a lightning bolt, your carriage is a little bit fucked.
But fine, we just leave the cart with the other cart.
You could. Yeah, you could.
I
I mean, you
think
could also put forward the fact that we are currently unarmed and unarmored,
oh no,
and we're already worn out from a fight we just came from.
You guys do have your
the
armor
elf
and your
brought all
weapons,
of our stuff.
but your spell slots are waning pretty heavily.
How many spell slots do I even have left?
I still have all 3 of my rune stones, followed by all of my exertion points,
That's
About
true.
half down.
followed by my martial adept.
Mhm.
I think my cure wounds. I think I still got that too.
When
It's a
Ania
lot.
was... Sorry, go ahead. Oh, okay.
No, I was done. Sorry,
when
go ahead.
Ania... when Ania was going around burying everything, was there anything that looked red or off? Like, not blood red, but mist red? Was anything giving off fumes? Because there was something... Didn't we decide that something inside the boar was doing stuff?
Something was... It seemed that the boar was breathing out some kind of red mist, and then it would go back into the boar, in like a constant cycle. As you have been kind of moving around and scurrying around, it doesn't seem like anything is coming off the pieces, from what you can tell.
Okay. I would have to... do I have a detect magic use left? I do. Can I say Ania casted detect magic while she was going around?
Yes, you're more welcome to. Detect
Cool.
magic does... Presence of magic within 30 feet of you. I would say... You would kind of be able to feel the magic moving about. It seems like the direction the magic is floating around. It seems almost aimless, from what you can tell. It's definitely some kind of necrotic magic, although necromancy is usually black. Whenever you've seen, like, all the different schools have different colors too, for various reasons. But necromantic magic is almost always black, like a deep, oily black. In this case, it's red. It's almost like a fire red. And as you're looking around, it's mostly dissipated at this point. There does seem to be a fragment of a trail that kind of leads towards where you vaguely recall the direction of whatever area was that I mentioned the druid circle didn't want to go back to, that town or area, you know what I mean. That 5th location.
I don't think Ania would have the, like, in the middle of the forest, like, it's just going in that direction. I don't think she would have the, like, know-how to know, oh, that goes to the city.
Yeah,
That one
in
place,
that
that-
vague direction, which I would probably say is to the to the west, and the quarry is to the east. To the south is the druid camp. The east is kind of where it's pointing to. It's really hard to tell exactly because your magic only goes so far, but that is the barest of trails that you can feasibly tell is to the east.
Okay, and none of the meat is giving off like, oh, this is going to curse whoever eats it vibes, right?
No,
Cool.
all the meat
Okay.
seems to be regular meat. It seems like the magic that's in the air specifically came from the boar as it died, and it's mostly dissipated with like vague trails that lead off in mostly to the east. There's a couple that lead off like a little bit to the north, but most of it is heavy centered towards the east.
And yeah, like, what were they talking about before I went on the tangent? I don't want to suddenly switch up.
Whether or not they're going to visit the giant explosion in Friends.
It was Yamar was mostly suggesting as we should probably make sure that they're not dying, or at least if they do die, make sure or someone has the ability to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But if they help Dakota with the thing, I'm sure they're strong enough. And I also,
And she shuffles for a sec, like,
I thought that maybe the boar had something in it that was cursing it, but I detected magic again when I was burying everything, and there's like a trail going that way of something, like a wisp of something left the boar and went in that direction, which is very strange. I don't think it should do that.
Yeah, we should probably check that out first.
I don't know how far it goes though.
Doesn't matter if it's one of these other sins. We should probably get rid of it before, or it causes as much trouble as the last one we encountered was doing.
But don't we have to take the cart back?
and she'll look toward Cyril more when she says that.
I suppose we do have to take the cart back. Don't want to lose this trail, though.
I did actually. There might be a way around that. In case we needed to send a message back to the druid camp, I have animal messenger ready. I could, if you think Bertha has any way to pick up a package, we could give her the directions to this place and she can send someone. But by the time she gets here, it might already be picked off by creatures.
That's the problem. Is there any way that we could bring it back to your circle and they could reserve it?
And Sin, with the druid has like food preservation magic, yeah?
More or less, yeah. In case of like long winters, no harvest, or anything like that, they have some ways around it.
Okay.
Yeah, the circle should be able to preserve it. We'd still have to go back, then come back here.
And we're just a few hours away, aren't we?
About 6 or 7, yeah. But with how heavy
So we'd
that
be-
cart is, probably a little longer.
So we'd be coming back in the dark.
Either in the dark or the next day, yeah.
And we probably want to rest while we're there anyway.
Mm-hmm. Because lugging that cart is going to be a struggle, even for your 2 elks.
Well,
And
If there's
gain this
moonlight,
cart.
It's not going to be completely dark.
That's true.
I don't know if the shining skin's gonna help much.
Shiner. Bubbles is going to help. He does turn into his big form. While he is quite
baby.
strong, not the most mass that he's hauling around. So he does help a lot though, mostly with pushing it. Or would
Moonlight does help
yeah.
if it's like a full moon, though. Sapphire's right, because if it's moonlight and it's a full moon, then we should be able to see as long as we're not deep in the forest.
Yeah.
If you all take the cart back, I could leave markers for you to follow.
Oh, you go on ahead without us, and then we come back and pick up the trail?
With how much of a tongue lashing we received at the prospect of challenging this thing together, I'm not certain if it's a good idea to challenge the thing that made it this way alone.
Oh, now we're concerned about our safety.
Oh no, I'm more than happy to go and join you for that. I just mean, I don't think you should be the one to have all the fun here.
I love Getmore.
I think you're mistaking my motives, but I understand what you're talking. Fine. We return back. We preserve the meat. And we,
Now we'd best be quick if we're all going together.
and then we go and hunt this. We hunt this thing.
Sin, how many days until the teleportation device is ready?
It's a good question. I was trying to figure out. Oh, actually, I have a thing for it on. Gel notes.
4 days ago.
D&D notes. Where's my days? I had like a whole. Oh, here it is. So you guys were on autumn, day 8, a long time ago. So I believe you guys would be on autumn day. I want to say you guys are either on autumn day 25 or autumn day 26. Something like that. Because you guys have been. Because day 14. Or sorry, day 15, I believe, was the gala.
Yeah, something to that effect.
Yeah, I think day 15 was the gala, because it was the full moon rising on that day. And then you guys have roughly been out for like 2-ish weeks, a little bit longer than 2-ish weeks. So yeah, I will say probably you're on day 26. So you have in 5 days exactly, the teleportation tool will be back to
Okay,
work.
cool. Okay, it's like,
We do have some time. We can try to pursue that. Hopefully it's not too far. Well, we should have some time to rest and recover before we go as well, but there is the problem of potentially losing the trail.
That's what I'm worried about.
Do you think we should split up?
Actually,
and she turns to look to Sapphire.
if there is, it's sort of a magical trail, but you're really good at tracking. How many days in this weather do you think it would take for a trail to fade? Oh, I can check the weather for tomorrow.
And Ania will cast, I believe it's Druidcraft, where she can see what the weather will be like tomorrow.
Yeah. The weather for tomorrow is going to be dreary. It's not going to be rainy or anything like that, but it's going to be very, very overcast. From what you can tell, it looks like it's going to be very windy and probably cold.
Okay.
It's going to be a bit chilly, so that might preserve some of the tracks if there are any, right, Sapphire?
Yes, I believe so.
Do you have like, does Sapphire have any abilities that would be able to pick up faded tracks or anything of that sort? Like anything that just helps with tracking something down?
I don't believe so, but
Isn't there like an
Sapphire
innate thing to rangers?
Rangers, they have, so her main area is in forests, so is actually her benefit here. Sapphire, if you want to roll me a survival check with advantage, which I'm trying to remember how to do on Oleander specifically, we will see how good you'll be able to track those. Because you do have home field advantage. For the forest is your domain, effectively speaking. And hunting in the dark, hunting in the dreary weather is not something that you're unused to. So it won't be too bad for you. Yeah. Well, not too bad. It's a 12. You would have some struggle with it, especially since it's magically inclined rather than is pure physical. Whatever it is that you're hunting, you would have some struggle to find or to keep on, going. But as long as it leaves some kind of physical marker, you would be able to hunt it.
Is it a physical thing, though? I thought this was like a mist type, whatever.
It is primarily a mist from what you're able to see. Is possible that it's infecting creatures along the way. So if it does that, you would be able to hunt it even easier. If it is pure mist, you would probably be able to hunt it by just magical feeling, but it's kind of debatable.
So my odds of tracking it tomorrow would be very slim.
Yeah. You would have to go and hunt it tonight in order to keep a good track on it.
Okay. For me to be able to track it, I'd have to follow it now.
And Mia like clicks her tongue. Like,
Darn it.
So how far does my telepathy thing?
I believe 100 feet.
I guess.
Let me double check. Within 60 feet of you.
Okay.
oh, is she able to just focus and hear if there's any thoughts that don't belong to the party around, like just someone else?
I do have detect thoughts.
She does. Yeah, so it allows her to cast the Detect Thoughts spell at will, which I believe... When you cast the spell and as your action on each turn, you can focus your mind on any creature you see within 30 feet of you, and you will learn its surface level thoughts, and as an action, you can shift your attention to another creature or attempt to probe deeper. If you probe deeper, they make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into their reasoning, emotional state, stuff like that, basically the deeper thoughts. If it succeeds, the spell ends, and either way, the target will know that she is probing into its mind. So essentially, she can just, if she concentrates, she can just hear the base thoughts of any person around her within 60 feet.
But she has to see the person there.
Yeah, any creature she can see within 30 feet of her, she can tell its initial thoughts. Any creature that she can see within 60 feet of her, she can talk to, but they can't respond. I think I changed that so they can respond, but yeah.
I think
think our best course of action would be to split the group.
Well, Sapphire would definitely be going to track. Who else then?
I'll go with Sapphire.
I think Gelmar wanted to go too.
I want to personally be there when something takes a chunk out of a sin for once and for all. Can't even properly English. Dang it!
Well, ideally, you guys wouldn't be attacking it. You would ideally wait for us to catch up. But if you can't...
If it is possible to wait, we will wait. But there is no knowing what will be going on when we find it.
Neo looks around to see if anyone has any objections, especially Aldith.
Not thrilled about the, like, even facial expression. You can see she's not thrilled about the idea that this party is splitting up. But she's not gonna, like, throw a fit about it, I guess. I don't know. She's not, like, really gonna outwardly be like, I don't like this. She's just gonna, you know, she'll take on that protector role, and she'll pretty much be like, you know, okay, I guess I'm guarding the cart with the meat. That's fine.
Make sure they don't die.
Pretty much.
Everyone okay with that?
Zero can go ahead.
No, what I was gonna say can happen after.
Okay. Is everyone okay with that?
I am.
It's the best of a bad situation, yes.
She looks to Dakota and Sapphire since Aldith has already sort of like shrugged.
I'm fine with this.
Okay, wait, remind me what the thing is?
Splitting
We're
the party.
splitting the party.
Oh.
So
Cyril,
it's Cyril,
Gelmar,
Gelmar,
Sapphire.
Sapphire are gonna go after the tracks to try and find it.
Right.
And then Aldith, Dakota, and Nia are gonna go the other way. Aldith does, after Dakota says something though, Aldith will, or Ania will speak up.
Yeah, I think we could do that. Yeah.
And she looks to Cyril, Gelmar, and Sapphire.
I was able to see the mist briefly with Detect Magic. Do any of you have any sort of way to also see it?
Can With the Beyond?
With the Beyond.
With the Beyond, you can ever so faintly see it. It's, instead of seeing it, it's more like you can generally feel it / smell it. Like, you know it's there. You just cannot quantify how you know it's there, if that makes sense.
Would
It's a
Divine
whiff.
Sense do anything?
That's a good question. Let me see.
With the Beyond's description, says that I have a advantage on checks made to track the creatures that I can see with the Beyond.
Yeah. Divine Sense, there
Also,
you
it
are.
says I gain an expertise die on perception checks. Have I had that this whole time?
No, I'm not doing expertise dice. I'm instead just giving you a proficiency / expertise. Makes life easier. No location of any creatures type within 60 feet of you. It's kind of, sort of, a mixture between fiend and undead, from what you guys have been able to tell, from what I remember telling Dakota, like, 5 episodes ago. You and Cyril, using Divine Sense, would also vaguely be able to tell the kind of general direction that this thing may possibly have gone in a distance around you. It's extremely, like, vague. Like, it's a very, very thin mist that you're trying to follow, basically. This stuff is faint even after, like, 20, 30, 40 minutes that you guys have been here after dealing with the boar. It's very, very faint.
You'll need someone who can track it magically as well. If one of you can, then that's great.
I think if it's leaving a residue that resembles what this creature is made of, I should be able to get some sort of whiff of it, so to speak.
Ania doesn't look fully convinced, but Cyril is the monster hunter of the party, so she's like,
Well, if you're happy with the split up assignments, then go right ahead.
As strong as my elk is, that is a lot of weight. And as powerful as Bubbles is,
Woof.
it would be useful if that we had more horses to help pull.
Dakota.
I don't know if you'd be able to help with that, Dakota.
Well, I could turn into a horse or a bear, but if that would be my last usage of that, if I'm not going to be allowed to sleep in between, that's going to be, well, if we do find whatever it is, unless it's hopefully in a weakened state.
and she just sort of trails off.
I would suggest against using that then.
Do you want to use your elk horn, Dakota?
The elk horn.
Basically, so you could use summon steed.
Yeah.
Makes so you can basically use a copy of Cyril's elk.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, you'll give it to Dakota as a present.
I think, yeah, I can do that. I can also summon my other steed.
The one
Dakota
that
summon
hates you?
both?
He does his job.
He may spit on
Yeah,
you, but
I
he'll
said-
pull it.
I've said the same thing about a lot of horses, but I didn't trust them.
I can summon the elk.
Yeah. 2 elks plus Bubbles should be able to carry it. It will be a struggle for most of the time going, especially with weight and, more importantly, how the ground is. But thankfully, the boar made a pretty good path, so for at least most of the trip, it shouldn't be too bad. Not with 3 of them pushing it. So is that the plan?
I think so, as long as no one has
So,
any objections.
All I've got is a final comment I wanted to make to Aldith before they part ways, but that's about it.
Like, meta knowledge, I know Aldith can summon a steed too, but I don't think Cyril would know that Aldith can do that, so he's not.
Did it during the battle.
She did.
Sapphire wrote it. It's still here.
We have 3 horses.
I completely forgot you had summoned your steed already. I can't remember everything, alright? I don't write anything down.
You're fine.
And, yeah, so then I guess I'll also look at Aldith. Don't know if you would mind tying yours up as well.
She's already whistling. She's like already whistling for the horse to come.
Was just waiting for acknowledgement.
Yes, literally. She's like, oh wait, I don't want to interrupt.
It just like flicks its mane side to side, like it knows it's cool because it is.
Ania's investigating the cart, seeing if there's any place that is not gore covered that she can try to sleep on the way back.
The seat where you would normally like you'll use the reins and stuff, that is
Hell yeah.
perfectly good. The back of the cart is filled so intently that you could not stand on the back of the cart if you tried.
Ania's climbing up to the front seat before anyone else can.
All right. So you guys start kind of splitting the party a little bit as Dakota, Aldith, and Nia are at the cart, and Sapphire, Cyril, and Gelmar are to the side, preparing to follow the whiff, so to speak. Gelmar, you want to have a statement to Aldith?
As he's passing by her, he's going to tap her on the shoulder. I know this isn't quite the celebration for victory that you were hoping for. I'd imagine we'll get around to a more proper one sometime tonight. Before proceeding to lean in a bit closer, I'm certain you can handle this easily. I'm certain just about anything, anything compared to the boar or should be child's play. Don't worry, I believe in you. Before he then gives you an extremely toothy and teasing grin. After all, I hope you're aware, this makes us tribal rivals now. Before he then proceeds to keep walking and following the rest of the group.
Aww.
That was
What does travel rivals mean?
They're rivals against each other now on the same travel boat. They get to challenge each other.
She'll call after him and be like, so is that grounds for a rematch?
He's going to turn around with the biggest genuine smile. He just gives you a thumbs up and continues following the group.
Can't remember who won the last time.
Gelmar.
Ah. Fair enough. Alright, so you guys have split the party, and for the most part, Bubbles is actually behind the cart. And whenever it gets stuck in some mud or has to go around rocks or something like that, he's usually like pushing it or like moving it to the side or something of that sort, kind of getting that little bit of leverage that is required to really get the cart going. The two elks and Aldith's horse are pretty much able to just kind of keep a constant flow going with it. It's obviously quite tiring them. But it's pretty good. And for the other side, Sapphire, you are very good at tracking this stuff, even with it being basically not physical. You are able to catch bits and pieces, especially from your time in the Feywild. And then every now and again, you guys find flowers that have been, for lack of a better term, infected by this red mist. It seems to have seeped into them, and for lack of a better term, they're burned almost to the core, as if like the energy inside of it is exploding out of it, for more or less. So just kind of constantly keeping track of those. It's a very slow path. Like, it's a very slow pace you have to do, because it is extremely easy to miss this stuff. Cyril, you're able to pick up the trail whenever Sapphire loses it, but you guys are getting like barely anything. You guys are following a mist basically, and barely holding on to just scraps of this mist as it is flowing through you guys. Now, unfortunately, I don't have anything prepped after this point, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having inter-party chats for like the next hour or so, because yeah, I need to plan something for the rest of this section. I'm not gonna be able to do that tonight, so
we went the wrong direction.
Improvise. See your pants.
we approach the section. There's just a big sign that just says "Work in Progress."
yeah, pretty much.
I sure hope it does.
Yeah, it says
I hope it does.
pretty much a big sign that says DM's still working on this. Please talk amongst yourselves for the next week. So I'll have you guys, we'll do a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, and just kind of have you guys chat with each other for a little bit, any kind of discussions that you guys are interested in having. So we'll start over with Dakota, Aldith, and Ania, as you guys are just kind of journeying. Bubbles, of course, just kind of pushing it every now and again. It rocks Ania quite a bit, since he's basically lifting the entire cart out of mud piles every now and again. It's not particularly pleasant journey considering the massive quantity of weight, but not the worst journey she's ever had. So, but you guys are kind of just moving along. Aldith, you're probably sitting next to Ania, kind of, using the reins, and Dakota probably on an elk or something. Whatever you guys want to do in that position. What are you guys chit-chatting to each other about?
And Nia was like trying to sleep, but right now she's like glaring ahead of her, not able to sleep.
I think it'd be really cute if Aldith was like trying to coax her to sleep by like running her fingers through her hair, but I don't want to do that without permission, like, because I feel like Aldith wouldn't like touch Ania without like explicit permission that like you can touch me, so she'd hesitate about it.
If Ania, like, if Aldith was like trying to make like an obvious motion to move for like Ania's hair, like, I'm gonna move my hand in your sign of vision so you can pull away if you want to, she would like flinch back and pull away, and will kind of be confused, like she doesn't know what Aldith's trying to do.
Aldith would give like a guilty little look and then just be like, "You seem to be having trouble sleeping. When I was younger, my mother would run her fingers through my hair to help calm me, so I just didn't want to do it without you giving an okay."
Oh, my mom would do that too. I don't really like being touched though, but thank you. I do like the thought. And thank you for earlier when, I don't know why he was so angry still. He's calmed down enough to talk normally, but thank you for distracting him earlier. Cyril, I mean.
It looked like you needed an escape route, so, I've dealt with my fair share of angry men.
And he will like cough a laugh.
Give or take. So he's just, I think I'm starting to realize that's just Cyril.
I don't know if... Like, it is, but also I don't think you should just settle it like that, but I don't know how to say it. But usually I know why he's angry, but this time I don't. Which is very difficult for me. Usually I know what everyone's thinking at all times.
Aldith will give a concerned look at that statement.
Ania does not retract it.
I think Aldith would because I feel like she's seen the angry behavior from her own father before of like, just you're being reckless and you need to stop being reckless. So
Oh yeah.
I feel like she'd give a little knowing smile, and she'll give a little laugh and a little smile. And my father used to get very angry with me when I would go headfirst into things without much thought about it. That seems to be, at least from my perspective, why Cyril is so upset. We did not pause to think about the fact that most of us were without armor and unarmed, and instead decided to fight something that we did not have a lot of information about. And the unknown and the recklessness might have made him a little angry.
No, we did pause. We paused and talked about it for a while, and we decided willingly to do it anyway, which could be why Cyril's angry, except Cyril is more reckless than any of us combined 99% more of the time.
Let's sort of think about this. Because she sees so much of, like, just dad behavior in Cyril that she's like the math isn't mathing in her head now.
You used to
like,
see the
what?
cogs like turning in her head, just like, dad or angry trauma survived warrior? Dad?
Both?
Help! I feel like she'd change the subject. She'd like get out of like the thought and be like, so,
Can't get in debate with Ania.
Yeah. What you and Dakota talk about on the walk? If you don't mind me asking. Just curious.
Ooh, I'm gonna roll something here, cause I'm just gonna roll like a 1d20, and if it rolls low, it's gonna be really funny. This is just for my own.
I thought
Okay,
it was gonna be 20.
Ania's not. I get a 20. Ania will behave and not just say they talked about her dad dying, which is what she would have done if she rolled low. But instead, she'll say,
We talked about journeying and what we might do after we're done. Or if we want to keep journeying after everything.
Adolf will give like a little, huh. Like she herself has never thought about that. She's sort of like thought-provoked now.
This is my first ever adventure.
Aldith will look surprised at that. Cause she's adventured a couple different times, I think, from what my understanding is, and
You've gone on a few adventures, yeah.
yeah. So like having some under her belt and just seeing how well Ania handles things, like this is very shocking for her to hear.
It's also Dakota's first, technically. Right, Dakota?
and she like calls over to him.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Oh, except if you count all of Dakota Ryder's adventures. Then it's not.
Of course, of course.
Of course.
Some of his hunts.
Aldith will giggle.
Dakota actually has more adventures than all of us if we go that route.
Decades.
Decades of experience.
17 books worth. Yeah.
So many books.
Aldith
Are
will sort of
you-
like, oop, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Are you adventuring for any specific reason?
Aldith sort of gives pause. Just like, that's a good question. I feel like it's a calling. My oath is to enact vengeance on those who have ruined the protection of others. My life's purpose is to protect. It's to make sure that those who need protection are protected. And if they don't have that protection, then I will be that protection.
You said two different things, though.
It's hard to explain.
Is it both parts?
Yes.
So, you're enacting vengeance on people who have ruined protection, but you're also protecting.
Correct.
Doing both sounds hard. 'Cause one is always gonna take you away from the other one.
She'll sort of give a sassy response of, "Congratulations, you've reached my life's dilemma."
Oh, do you want help with that?
like Clippy the paperclip. I see you're trying to figure out your life's purpose. Would you like help with that?
I see your struggle. Would you like me to alleviate it?
she'll, like, I feel like she'd giggle, like, in an exasperated way, like, okay, sure, you can, yeah, sure, you can help me with that, India. She'll sort of, like, look up at the sky and just be like, that's his job. And talking about, her god.
Ania will look up.
The stars? I look to the stars too. I can read them for you if you want.
She'll actually look interested in that. Like, she's like, can you tell someone's fate by reading the stars?
Are there stars out, or is it like still dusk or something?
Guys, I'll say you've been traveling for quite a while at this point, as this don't take you guys a long time to get to the area. So, I'll say there's some stars out. Yeah, it's like starting to get into the AM, or into the probably like 10 or 11 p.m. at this point.
Okay. So I know I've done it for characters before, but I know you've had trouble with that. Can I read stars for people specifically, or is it more of a world thing? Like, what can I read the stars for?
You can read it for people specifically. It may not always be like 100% correct, but you always have to use a question.
Okay. It's like,
Well, I can ask the stars a question on your behalf if you have a specific one. Their answer can be vague, though. One of the jobs of a stars druid is to interpret, the way the stars move, the constellations and such. And by looking at those, we interpret what the message means.
Aldith will take all of this information in and think long and hard about a question, because Ray needs to think long and hard about a question.
if she takes a while, Ania might start to chip in, and Aldith can, like, do the hand up shush motion if she wants to think on it on her own.
Talk to Dakota for a second.
Okay. Like, I asked Dakota a question before, and that didn't go well. The person who answered was very angry at me, but now we don't have to deal with them anymore. So I guess we got the upper hand on them.
Yeah.
I guess we sort of have to deal with them, but not right now.
I feel like her question is like incredibly vague, but it would be something along the lines of like, is she going down the correct path? Like, is this what her destiny has allotted for her type of question? I just don't know how I would like
Phrase it
in character.
Mm-hmm. Ania, like, would she, like, express that to Ania?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Ania would, like, think for a second, and she'd be like, do you want a destiny to follow? I thought your whole thing after talking to your mother was that you wanted to live for you. I think living for destiny is just following someone else's guidance still. I'm so sorry I've done this to you.
No, it's okay. I like it. I like thought-provoking, and I like being called out on...
Because all that did tell the party a little bit about that, yeah. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not using meta knowledge here.
I don't think so, but then again, you're asking someone with such bad ADHD. I don't remember what happened yesterday, so...
I think we're good. I think we're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys are good.
I suppose part of it is that by living the life I want to live, I want to make sure that the path that I was following before is still the path I need to follow, or if to become my true self, I need to break from that path.
Well, I don't think you need to ask the stars, because we have someone who's an expert on that right here.
And she will look to Dakota.
Breaking free from your shackles.
Can you say that last sentence again? Real quick.
For the gist of it, Aldith is basically like following destiny versus forging her own path, but destiny being like still a path something else has made for her. And then Aldith, go ahead and complete like the rest of what she was saying about it.
She's just not sure if, like, to be herself, that she still needs to follow the path that she's on, or if she needs to break free from that path because, like, she feels like she's on the right path and that she can become herself on this path, but she's also not sure that it's who she wants to be. If that makes sense.
Dakota?
Dakota's thinking.
Yeah. I think it's important to, you know, follow your own path and all that. Heck, I'm struggling to follow the thing for some reason.
Basically, does she stay on the path that she already had, or does she make her new path?
Yeah.
But she thinks, like, the destiny path is what will make her into the person she wants to be.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep. Uh.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I've always felt that carving your own path is. I've never been one to follow others or enjoy it. Well, technically, I've always been. I've followed what others wanted of me for a while. It, it's difficult to say because I've always been what others thought I was. I don't. Form the thoughts. Figure out what Dakota thinks of this because this is really difficult.
Ania might chime in with, like,
Yeah.
Is there anything Dakota write in the Dakota writer books about forging your own path?
Yeah. Okay, where did I put the notes there?
Opens the book.
Yeah.
Pulls out notepad.
Page 33.
Dakota Rider
And
book
well-
18. Wait, 16.
Yeah. Cowboys Code Rule number 9: to be free is the ultimate right. Never stay tied down for long. Follow where the wind blows. I feel like Cowboys Code is probably more wanting. Hey, microphone does not like me trying to figure this out either. It just tried to switch.
Oh, no.
To a microphone that doesn't exist for a second there.
Ania can tag back in if Dakota wants her to, but feel free to take your time too.
Yeah, there's bad brain day. I was doing so good.
It is a
earlier,
bad
brain
just
day.
this morning.
It's
Yeah.
a bad brain day.
I'm gonna blame the
It's
weather.
a bad
because
brain
I-
day.
Yeah, I'll blame the weather because it's fun.
I blame all of my homework and the fact that it's
Yeah.
the end of the semester.
Yeah,
Mood.
yeah. I have to catch up on a lot because I think the Cowboys Code would want find out. Oh my god. I think someone's gonna have to tag in for there because none of
will
the
tag in.
sentences are sentences. Thank you so much. I'm so
You're
sorry.
good. No, don't worry.
No
about it.
worries.
Your microphone
Ania's-
wants to cry.
Be scuffing.
Big sign in front of
Ania's-
Dakota that says "Work in Progress."
That's actually sort of what Ania's about to say, and she like leans over to Aldith. It's like,
Dakota is an expert, but he has to work out more stuff about it first. He's on his journey too. Maybe
Yeah.
we should all do another star consultation later. But
That might be nice.
It would be nice. The stars are almost out. So you think your destiny, since it is your destiny, is going to make you who you want to be. That's like the whole thing of it being destiny, right?
Aldith will nod.
and she will look back up to the stars and she says,
I'm actually on this adventure because I'm trying to stop something from happening that was foretold in the stars, which I was realizing with Dakota earlier. So I guess I'm fighting a destiny, Or maybe I was called as part of my destiny to stop it. But if it was in the stars, doesn't that mean it's going to happen? Or, well, I guess I didn't see it happening, just that it was in the process. But I could ask the stars, at least, either what your destiny is, or if following your destiny is what will make you happy. Do you care if you're happy if you're following your destiny?
I care about if people are safe. It doesn't matter if I'm happy. As long as other people are safe and I've properly protected them.
I don't want to see us sad, Aldith.
You've seen plenty.
I don't want to see a forever sad Aldith.
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't think you should follow your destiny if your destiny is to forever be sad, but we haven't asked the stars yet. Do you still want me to?
The more Ray thinks about it, the more... The more Ray wonders if it should be more about a question of if her oath is the right path to take.
Mm-hmm. It's a good question.
Or if she has outgrown this oath.
Ooh, that could be cool. Do you want to say Aldith express that somehow to Onia?
Yeah.
Okay, and Nia would reply,
No, I like that better. So then the question becomes, is your oath your destiny? Or is it time to move to something new?
I like the sound of that.
okay. And
So did I.
Ania will look up to the stars and pose that question, specifically about Ania's, not Ania's, Aldith's oath.
Okay. Roll me a nature check real quick.
Nature check, and I do have wheel. Am I able to use wheel to influence my
Yes.
fate stars stuff?
Yes.
Cool. So I will roll nature, and then I'm going to additionally roll a 1d6
Mm-hmm.
and add that to the roll.
Okay.
Yeah, so
You get stuck?
the 5 is above it.
Oh,
I
I see.
think.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 12 plus 5.
Okay.
17.
Cool. Not sure why the other one got stuck on my stream, but that's okay. So 17. With a 17, can you reiterate the exact question?
Is Aldith's oath going to lead her on the path she desires? Or is it time for her to take on a new oath?
Okay. What you would probably be able to tell, the specific wording that you'd kind of process and see would be something along lines of the path that's sought has many roads leading to an ending they choose. The road they take is not happiness that makes. The ending they seek is one they choose. Pick the path that you desire. Choose the land that makes you happiest. An oath is an oath, a promise to be made. broken or kept or changed, an oath is still a promise.
So Aldith will see Ania, like, she has one hand sort of up, and she's tracing patterns in the sky with her index finger, and sort of following them through the stars, and she's quiet for a while. Dakota would notice this is taking a lot longer than Dakota's from before, and she's quiet for a while. And she's focusing, and let me reread, because I did write it all down. Let's see. Dakota and Aldith can talk for a bit while I reread this.
Aldith will look at Dakota and be like, does she normally take this long, or did I screw up royally?
The last time she looked like that was for my consultation a while back. I think the stars might just be being weird.
And Ania will start to speak up.
I believe the stars are saying that the path you take doesn't matter. It's the ending you choose that is what you're after. And that you should be warned that it's very difficult to move on to a new oath, because an oath is a promise. So to leave your promise behind would be a thing in itself. So what path you follow to get to where you want isn't what you need to worry about as much.
I feel like, because this is just like, I don't know if it's just like my head not truly processing, but I feel like Aldith would just like exasperately like lift up her arms and be like, yeah, and like, oh, didn't help. I meant nothing.
That's nothing. Stars is BS.
You're welcome.
Well, if it's in regards to your oath is you made a promise to someone, right?
Yes.
Well, you can break it, but the stars do encourage you to seek something that will make you happy in the end, even if you're not happy during it.
My only thought in my head right now is like, I feel like this is so stupid, but I feel like it's relevant. She'd probably just be like, maybe it'll make more sense when I kill Roderick.
Ania, like, I would have Ania go on another thing, but we are at 10:40, and I do want to give the other team plenty of time to talk to. Ania will absolutely start to talk about Roderick next time, though.
No. Keep going. Let's pick at this a little bit more.
Let them fight. Let them fight. Let them fight.
No.
Let them struggle.
Whoa.
Ania's
This thread needs to be picked at.
Well, I mean, Roderick's probably going to die in like 2 months anyway.
And that, my friends, is where we're going to move over.
Exactly.
As all this just like, huh?
The look. Aldith gives a look, and then it immediately cuts over to everybody else.
This ends on a what?
It's just the jaw drops. She's just like, huh? And the horse is like, huh? Bubbles like, huh? Alright. As you guys are chit-chatting, we'll move over to the other group. You guys are my dinner. So you guys are moving over, and you guys are spending a decent amount of time, literally just hunting. it's relative quiet, I would say, for the first bit, as you guys are getting used to like what you're looking out for, the stuff that you're investigating, and just kind of getting through the foliage. As you guys are going further, it's getting much more dense. It's a much more dense forest that you guys are having to wade through, which for Sapphire is exceptionally easy. For the other two, it's so much bushes. There's bushes, there's vines, there's trees, there's things. It's hard enough to keep up with Sapphire. It's even harder to keep up with Sapphire and be able to keep track of the mist. So what you guys talking about as you get into this pattern of following, maneuvering, moving? It's annoying, it's tiring, and you are having to keep a fairly steady pace for Sapphire to keep a good track on it. But you guys are getting through it. And you guys got into such a pattern that now it's not quite second nature, but you guys are able to talk to each other during it without losing it.
It's a lot of the exasperated and like road rage, basically.
Mhm.
Just come on with all the shit that's always in the fucking way, and just like starting to eventually just like hack through bushes and shit, just like. And anytime Gelmar gets stuck, just reaching over and yanking, like let's go.
Oh, I just imagine Gelmar just shoulder checks half of the objects that are actively on our way at that rate. But also, I do have a faster movement speed than most of the group, so I don't think. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, you and me both have a 40-foot movement speed.
That's valid.
Yeah,
But
that's the primary
bigger
reason that you're able to keep up with Sapphire, is that you guys do move faster than she does. The only problem is she is way more comfortable in this area than either of you could possibly ever be.
Yeah, we're bigger in a dense forest, so.
Hey, well, I understand that there's usually a fair bit of stress when dealing with these things, but it always feels so much greater than the average beast. What gives? It feels like there's more parts of these than you're telling us.
These demons, these sins that we are hunting.
Above game, I think this is the first time he's ever actually referred to them as demons.
Probably.
I'm sorry, they're demons from the underworld?
For lack of a better term, it's the only thing I can think of that they would be called. They give off a fiendish and undead at the same time, so they must be from one or multiple circles.
How the heck did they even get here?
Something brought them here.
Has that something been dealt with?
I have no idea. All I know is that they must be eliminated, all 7.
I suppose I understand, but dear God. And how have you been found alone to be the one to track them down? I understand what happened to your previous organization, but is there truly no one else out here hunting them?
That you actually don't know.
I'm the only one that has received my orders from her. If there are others out here hunting them, then that is good. But if I am on my own, if I am the only one left to hunt these things down, then that is what I must do.
Seems quite the ordeal.
Well, we all have our ordeals, I suppose.
we all have our orders. We all make choices.
True. Luckily, these such ordeals do not need to be faced alone.
As long as we can all be in agreement when we get there, that fighting and killing this thing is the goal, then that will be fine. As long as none of us have some idea that this thing must be protected for some reason, we will be fine.
If this one is anything like the last two we encountered, I promise this time I will not falter. Unless we have another stabbing again. He says, still giving him a side eye.
Yes. Yes. And hopefully that that one I will have to find.
Sorry, that was a bit far. Let's
No,
talk about something
no.
a bit more lighthearted. He gives you a side eye response. Is there something wrong?
Where are you? It's difficult to be lighthearted in the middle of something like this.
Well, true, but it's not likely we're going to be arriving anytime soon, so we need to have something more to talk about, unless you've already established a full battle plan.
I wish I was that smart.
Well, do we have a plan for celebration with Aldith later, at least?
I hadn't
Also-
even. I've been so wrapped up.
I suppose we all do have our work that we have to accomplish, but we originally came out here for a challenge set for her. But I'm not exactly the most familiar with common human practices, or he is like elven in ancestry, isn't she?
Well, yes, but this is also.
That last part, it was above board.
She is,
I guess
yes.
it would make sense in game as well.
Well, he is one of the god, but this is also not even the human coming of age ritual. This was a Goliath coming of age ritual.
Does this officially make her giant kin?
That would be a question for a Goliath. And if we make it into the Ice Spire Peaks one day, we may learn the answer to that question.
The tribe never did get along very well with them. Too brash in a lot of cases, and that's saying something.
You had many run-ins with them?
Not as much as of late, though I think that goes without saying.
Yeah, they don't tend to live out here in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, don't see you either. They're missing so much. It's beautiful out here.
I think they would beg to differ.
They always were for one heck of a stick in the mud.
Hmm.
Ah, well. At the very least, in brother, she might find herself among them, but biologically, she's still herself, and quite the interesting one at that. above game. I have no idea where that came from.
It's all right. Gelmar just over here trying to riz up one of the members of the party. No big deal.
He's Rizstar.
I'm quiet for a while.
Suppose we'll need to start somewhere when we get back to the Haven. Maybe they have some sort of text about out of the library.
Been an awful friend, haven't I?
You've been carrying a heavy burden. I can't really fault you for that.
That's an excuse. It's not a reason.
Maybe not, but it has at least some level of padding, whatever that's worth.
It's not worth that much to the people I've been awful to.
I think most of what we're just looking for is just to have you present.
What do you mean by that?
You've always seemed you've especially as of late seemed quite distant in a lot of cases. Sure, you've pulled the occasional joke, of course, here and there, but you've always seemed to be focused a lot more heavily as of late on something else. I will not fault you for it. I'm just saying.
No, it's good to have these things pointed out.
Are you alright?
I don't know. I never do.
Is there any way I can help?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know.
You've always been here for us when we've needed you.
I know.
Well, I'd like to be able to return that favor, even if it might not seem like you've done us a favor in turn. To you, anyway.
I think it's just been strange for me.
Oh?
I don't know why, but I still don't. I don't know what I mean by confused. I can hardly figure out how to say it.
Well, give it some thought. I'm certain the words will come to you eventually.
I worry about all of it.
Maybe it's time you would leave us the opportunity to a word for you in turn.
That's the thing, though. I will, unless I'm killed in battle, I'll always be here. You will all one day grow old. But I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen soon.
I don't imagine it's going to. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all right. No.
And then I, like with the boar, I shouldn't have snapped like I did. I shouldn't have been so angry. Just, there was a lot going on. I was furious at what had happened to this poor creature. This poor did not deserve to be forced past its own lifespan just to feed the will of some monster.
Horse past its usual life. How old was that boar?
That boar had moved on, had moved long past what its injuries should have allowed it to. It should have died.
Pop out of muscle and flesh?
Yes, it was forced into consciousness.
I never did have much respect for the folks that make those.
And then there was that. I think I was a little disappointed in the decision that was made to continue on practically naked fighting this creature.
But we succeeded.
This time.
Perhaps.
And I think that's what frustrates me the most. You all give me such shit for my reckless behavior. And then you go off and you do you go off and you do that.
Hey, you have your pride, so do I. He gives you an actual toothy grin at that.
I suppose. I shouldn't have taken it out on the cope and Aboleth this time.
Well, then why don't we discuss how to make it up to them later? I suspect we've got a fair bit of time before we arrive. Am I correct? How are we holding up, Sapphire?
Sorry, what?
But I said, but I suspect we still have a bit of time before we arrive, right? How are you holding up, Sapphire?
I'm doing good.
Glad to hear. Sorry, I feel we left you in the dark. I'm not distracting you from the search by talking, am I?
Nope.
Well, that much is good. Good to hear. So, have you had any more challenges lately? Above Gabe, I'm so sorry. Still have no idea how to actually talk to her.
You are fine.
No, I believe those were the only challenges I had to do, right?
Mm-hmm. At least to the best of
Okay.
your knowledge so far, yeah. The gala was the last challenge that you had.
Okay. Yeah, the gala was the last challenge I had. For now, or forever. I don't know yet.
So, what do you need to do now?
Hunt. Whatever this misty thing is.
Oh, is this a part of your above game? I'm so stupid.
You are fine.
I mean, you're playing a low intelligence character, so you can use it to your advantage.
I mean, sure, but still.
Well, the excitement that you had there, like, oh, is this one?
Yeah, I was gonna say she's like, hey, I wanted to ask that question, but also it's like she just got done saying that she has no missions from the folks that sent her here in the first place. So it doesn't seem like it would be related to her tasks, especially because she just got done saying that she's all out of tasks from them.
That's true.
Gosh darn it, I just said that.
I just picture Sapphire in her head going, just keep hunting, just keep hunting.
You guys can see Sapphire looks like absolutely an element here. Even though it's starting to get quite dark as well. You guys are approaching midnight at this point. It's like several hours of constant movement. You guys can see Sapphire is like in absolute bliss at this point. Like she is moving, weaving between these trees. She's going from vine to vine. Even after several hours, where you guys are very clearly starting to get tired and a little bit worn out, she is moving as if she's just walking casual on a bright sunny day at this point. You guys are getting a lot more of that mist at this point. A lot more of the trail is starting to like really, you're starting to get from the cold to warm. You guys are able to slow down a little bit, but Sapphire is just trucking on through happily. You two are beyond like just tired at this point. You guys have literally been like practically jogging for the last like 4 hours straight.
I
hope it gets closer.
I have no idea how you're able to keep your pace going like this.
Must be because she is from the Feywild.
Really?
I'm not from the Feywild.
I thought you were.
No, I've just been there.
What was it like over there? In my time, we only ever had stories.
Yes, I was curious as well.
Well, let's see. Imagine your stories that you've been told about this place, and then think the exact opposite.
Gilmore tilts his head. Dark, frightening, and vicious? No, wait, vicious was in the storybooks too.
It's basically like everything all at once.
So, kind of like this world?
Even more so. Magic runs wild there. So, anything's possible there. So, it's pretty crazy.
You know that math girl whole gif that you frequently see on the internet? Gilmore has that look on his face.
Yep. There's not even math symbols. I'm just full on confused. Like, wait a second.
Guys are just like pure confusion.
So it's everything all at once.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
Do you think we'll get to see it someday?
I hope so. I don't know. But I hope so. I don't recommend spending a lot of time there, though.
Oh,
It
why
messes
not?
with your mind.
Ah!
So before you went there, you were different than you are now?
Yes. And no. I mean, I know I lost my memories, but I like to think I kept a little bit myself from before.
Well, what do you remember?
Above game, I haven't thought that one.
That's fine. That's fine. Let's be real. I do not have Galmar down at all.
Well, if you'd like, we can pause that here, and you can think on it and return to it next week.
Yeah, we are past
I'll
9
do my
anyway.
best to think on that. I can't say I will actually do that.
Not to worries. Alrighty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we're going to be ending for today. Next week, I will take down my my DM is thinking sign, and we'll continue down these roads. As I figure out what exactly I'm going to do with you guys next week. If you guys are interested in other content, we are going to be continuing. We're going to be starting a new game. Called, if I can remember what the hell it's called. Hold on just one moment. Pragmata. At midnight tonight, so in about 3 hours, we're going to be doing some Pragmata, which is a super new game. I believe it came out literally today, and I've been asked to play it a few times by a few people, so I'm going to play it, going to see what's going on with it, how cool it is. You apparently play as 2 characters at the exact same time, so I'm very, very curious on how that's going to work. If you guys are interested in more D&D content, we are going to be doing the sister campaign tomorrow at 6 p.m. PST. Where we're going to see the King's group fighting against an actual dragon. And we'll see what that lightning, that thunder sound was all about. What absolute insanity is going to happen from that. But in the meantime, we are going to be doing a raid. If you guys are interested in joining us for this raid, feel free to copy the raid message, which Creeper can post right there. Thank you, Creeper. And if you are interested in other content, or if you guys want to catch up on a lot of stuff that we do, you guys check out our Discord with all my links to it, or you guys can check out Tables of Tartarus, which is where all my TTRPG stuff is. But in the meantime, we are going to be popping over and raiding my very good friend Binks and Bonks, because she is doing her birthday bash. It's her birthday today, so she's doing a 12-hour stream. She is halfway-ish through the stream, so we're going to be popping over. We're going to be saying hi. We're going to give her some love because she's super cool. She does a lot of art, but she's doing all kinds of things today. So we're going to, I just want to say hi and give her some love. So if you guys want to come by, give her some love as well. Tell her hello, and the library has come by to give her some spooks and some happiness. Feel free to come by with us. But for those who want to stick around, in 3 hours I'll be playing Pragmata, so I will see all of you fine folks then. If you guys want to check out my players, they are super cool. Go check them out there, and I will see all of you fine folks next time. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.
And there we go.